Hey, what's going on, guys? I thought I would switch up the type of video I make today, and I would like to give my inputs on the new Call of Duty leaks that just came out, and also what I'm going to be expecting from a new Call of Duty and giving my takes on what it could possibly be. So, the new Call of Duty title release allegedly is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and not 5, thank goodness, which means it's going back to the roots of where Black Ops 1 began, which is the Cold War era, which is in between the 60s and the 80s, which is going to be really interesting because I'm concerned on what they're going to do with the campaign. And this is where I'm going to jump right in to where what the campaign could be. And I believe the campaign is going to be set in between the events of Black Ops 1. You're going to be playing possibly as someone else. And I was considering maybe you'd be in the perspective of maybe Woods instead of Mason the entire game. Because Woods does cut out of the Black Ops 1 campaign at least halfway through when he sacrifices himself and jumps out the window. And then that's the last time you see him until Black Ops 2. Everyone thought he was dead. But you could see the events that could happen that got Woods captured in the beginning of Black Ops 2, because he did get captured after that, and maybe the game could explain how that went down. That's probably going to be what my take on the campaign is. I can't really imagine anything else they would do. They could branch off and make an entirely, completely new campaign, but what they need to realize is the campaign is always the foundation for a good Call of Duty game. It's not the multiplayer, it's not the Spec Ops mode, it's not the newly introduced Battle Royale modes that Call of Duty's thrown in. The campaign sets the foundation for everything to come along next in the Call of Duty. Every other aspect of a Call of Duty game is based on the campaign. This is why it's so critical for them to make an intriguing and gripping storyline in this next installment of the campaign, because the Black Ops campaigns are very highly regarded as some of the best, excluding, of course, Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4's HQ mode, which wasn't even technically a campaign. But Black Ops 1's campaign and Black Ops 2's campaigns were very, very top tier, and they are probably the best, in my opinion, of the two, ranking Black Ops 2's campaign over Black Ops 1, because Black Ops 2 innovated greatly with the branching storyline, and perhaps we could see a branching storyline in the next Call of Duty installment. We'll never know. There could be some minimal choices that could give the players some freedom. I'm looking for non-linear maps that give you a lot of freedom to move around and navigate the map as you please in the campaign. Perhaps go back to the create a class feature and make you go through the map and collect things and unlock new things as you go. That was very interesting. And perhaps a campaign leaderboard as well. Now I'm going to hop into the multiplayer aspect of this next Call of Duty game. And what I think they're going to do is Treyarch really loves the idea of the Pick 10 system, and I do too. I think it's a great system. When they first implemented it in Black Ops 2, it was probably the most innovative and intriguing thing they did in that game. You could mix and match 100 times and get a new class every time, new attachments, new perks, new lethals, new tacticals, and the introduction of wild cards as well was also huge. This Pick 10 system is going to be critical if they do it, or they could do a Pick 13 system like Advanced Warfare did and give a little bit more freedom. But the map design, I think, is going to be also critical as well, because Black Ops 1 and 2, they're known for their unique maps where you look at it and you're like, oh, I know that's a Call of Duty Black Ops map, because those maps have a very distinct and unique design to them. Unlike newer Call of Duties, when you see a map and you instantly just regret playing on it, you hate it, you don't even know the name of it, and the layout is disgusting. These maps are way too big in the newer Call of Duty games. They need to tone it down. Firing range, for example, is the most perfectly sized map ever. It has a lane to the left and a lane to the right, and a big open middle lane for combat, and high vantage points for players to get to, which was high risk, high reward. Firing range has so many lanes, so many angles, not many places for you to sit in, but what that makes it good, because that limits campers' areas. And I really hope this next Call of Duty is not catered towards campers, like they said in the Modern Warfare interview, where they were trying to recruit new players and pushing away the veteran players because they wanted to have a lighter time on the newer players. That's why Modern Warfare is so campy, and that's why I do not enjoy playing the Modern Warfare multiplayer. I want people to be moving around. I want people to be enjoying the game and not just sitting in a corner. I know it sounds really petty to say that, and I know it's probably just like I'm saying I want people to play the way I want to play, but if you really think about it, camping is not fun at all. People camp for everything. They camp for their streaks. They sit back with target finders and everything, and they camp with their streaks. I hate that style of play, and I hope they find a way around that in the upcoming multiplayer. Another aspect of the multiplayer I want to talk about is the game modes, and how every game mode should be installed on the game at launch. Game modes like Demolition and Capture the Flag should be in the game at launch. It shouldn't be put in 6 months later and call it a weekly patch and say it's new content, because it's not. It's just lazy game design. And I really hope they don't add these weekly things that Modern Warfare is doing, where you only have a rotation of 3 maps that people actually enjoy playing on, and that is Shipment, Shoot House, and Rust. Those are the only 3 maps that the game wants you to play on, because the game wants you to be catered towards camos. And going into that, branching off of camos, I want to go back to where camos were a simpler time, and not requesting for me to do a total of 3,000 crouching kills, 3,000 mounting kills, and a bunch of hip fire kills. I want to go back to the way Black Ops 2 did it, the way Black Ops 3 did it. Default, get your 100 headshots, then you'll unlock your 5 challenges, and then after those 5 challenges, you get your 5 camos, and then you get gold, and then you do the whole assault, like a whole assault class, and then you get diamond for them, and then you do everything else, and then you get a special reactive camo. Now, nobody does reactive camos and camos like Black Ops 3 and 4 or Treyarch is general. Treyarch knows their shit when it comes to camos. They got that on lock. They are innovative camo makers, and I am expecting some really nice design camos in the upcoming game. Now I'm going to segue into what Treyarch's known for and the topic I've been waiting to get on, and that is zombies. And they have a lot of freedom here. They can do anything they really want to. They can go back to the beginning of the Aether story. They can continue the Chaos. They can continue Victus, which nobody wants, but it's an option. Now, what they need to do is not focus on the quantity of maps at launch, but the quality. If you look at Black Ops 4 in the launch, they had 4 maps. Great, that's awesome, that sounds great. But the problem was they focused on quantity over quality, and we ended up getting 2 horrible maps and 2 good maps, which are 9 and Classified, and the horrible maps being Voyage of Despair and Blood of the Dead. And then you look back at Black Ops 3, and your launch maps are Shadows of Evil and The Giant, if you pre-ordered. And those 2 maps right there, those are quality, very quality maps. Not the quantity, but the quality of the maps were fantastic. And they keep adding quality maps all throughout the DLC season. And if you look at Black Ops 4, they didn't add quality maps over the DLC season, except for Ancient Evil, which was a very phenomenal map. And that is where the Chaos storyline ended, and where it could be picked up upon in the upcoming Call of Duty installment. And that's what fans are probably waiting for. Fans probably also want to go back to the time where Aether was fresh and new. We're going to need new wonder weapons. And something else I wanted to pick up upon was going back to the normal Parka Cola system, because the one they implemented in Black Ops 4 was to remove crutch perks. And what it did was it made the situation work, because in Black Ops 4, people only ran a certain amount of perks, and it was probably like 7 perks that were always in every loadout. And the other dozen were removed, and not in anybody's mind, because they were all so useless and there was no point in putting them on. And when it comes to Black Ops 3's Parka Cola system, it's fun, it's normal, it's recognizable, and it's a selling point for the game. I think they should advertise, showing Juggernaut, showing Speed Cola, showing Double Tap. That will really get the fans going and make the zombies community so hype, because the Parka Cola system is back. We don't want this create a class system in zombies. We just want to hop right into the game. Now, the armory, however, was fantastic, and implementing new skins for zombies mode, that was fantastic in Black Ops 4 as well. Now, for Black Ops Cold War, they could redeem themselves here and add something even better, maybe even more content. And that's what this game is going to be about. It's going to be, is the content good? Is the quality of the content good? Not the quantity. It's always about quality in a Call of Duty game, not quantity. The last thing I want to talk about is probably there will be a Battle Royale mode. Now, Activision usually makes this choice, not Treyarch. If there is, however, a Battle Royale mode, I will probably end up playing it. They're gonna have to make it in their own way unique from Blackout and Warzone, so I'm kind of intrigued on what they're gonna do with this. But honestly, we probably won't know more information until towards the end of May. But up until that point, this is all we've gotten so far. This is what I think is going to happen in the game. This could be all 100% wrong, so just take it with a grain of salt, honestly. That's gonna wrap it up, guys, for now. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.